without fail, every time I take the WRX out to a car meet or an event, or I'm just driving it around and it piques someone's interest, one of the first things they notice and they ask about, it's easy to see, is the gutted interior. As you can see, we've done extensive weight removal by gutting out all of the motors for the rear windows, the rear seats, sound deadening material, and a ton of other things to lighten up the chassis. After they see how much has been removed from the car, they always ask how much weight did we actually remove by going through it all, because you're basically tearing your car apart, you're losing resale value. Not very many people are going to want to drive a fully gutted, loud car every day. So it better produce some results, and that's what we're going to get to the bottom of today. We're taking the Subaru to the dump to get on the scales and compare the stock curb weight to what our WRX curb weight is now. I'm really interested to see, and the reason being is we've added a lot of parts that are really heavy. You know, the rear wing isn't light, the 6-speed STI transmission and drivetrain is way heavier than the stock 5-speed that came in this and was used when they weighed the car from the factory. But we've also done a lot to gut this thing out. There's no more heat, there's no more AC, all the sound deadening materials removed, and the car is super light. Honestly, it's really interesting because my car only makes 340 wheel horsepower right now on pump gas, and it doesn't have a hard time hanging with or beating cars with a lot more horsepower. So I think a big part of that is because of how much weight we've removed from the chassis. You make the car handle so much better, you make the car so much faster and so much more reliable the lighter you're able to make it. So let's get to the bottom of this. Let's go to the dump. Just picked up Bryce. Don't look at my head, all right? We gotta film.
You look funky, dude.
It's
hard not to.
We gotta film this on-ramp. What are your guesses on the weight?
I don't even know.
You gotta guess.
2,600?
2,600? That's lofty. But you know we put this thing on a diet. Those sounds.
It sounds so good. I've never launched this thing. There's a cop up there. I don't know where he went, but I saw him.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah.
Alright, we made it, but I don't know if we're gonna make it without high centering on these. We're gonna have to straddle it. Careful. Hey, thanks. We're trying to weigh it. Can we do that?
Yeah, give me just a second.
Okay. Should we get out or stay in?
All depends if you want your weight in with the cars.
All right. We want this thing to be as light as possible.
Okay.
All right.
Both of you help out. Right now, it weighs with you in it 3,200 pounds.
Okay. How accurate is this thing?
As far as I know, it's really accurate. I mean, it's not certified accuracy to the, to the pound, but
Yeah.
it's fairly close.
Okay. Let's see what it is with this out. Okay.
2860.
Really? All right, we are off the scales. Let's get out of the way. All right, we made it off the scales. The friendliest old guy was so excited to weigh the race car. In 2002, when this car was released, the gross vehicle weight was listed at 3,085 pounds to 3,285 pounds. So I don't know the difference in between there, what trim packages it was, if it was the wagon or the sedan, but from what I found, those are the weights. Today, we weighed in at the dump scale at 2,865.
Yeah.
So 2,865 pounds. So we have at least lost over 200 pounds, which is a lot when you're talking about a car that has a small displacement engine and doesn't weigh a lot to begin with. A 3,000 pound car is small. It's really lightweight, especially for a four-door with an all-wheel drive transmission. So that's good. I still want to get on a more accurate scale. They might be getting corner scales at Ignition Logic soon, and if they do, I'm going to get there and weigh this thing and get a definitive weight from a scale I trust. But I think we would have weighed in a lot lower had we still kept the 5-speed transmission and drivetrain. You can basically lift the 5-speed transmission by yourself. A 6-speed is so heavy, not to mention the axles and everything that goes with it. But we've lost a lot of weight. It helps a ton. It's really the only way that you can make any car out there faster for free. Is it worth it? That's up to you. If you're driving your car every day, it's gonna be really loud. You're gonna smell everything as far as fumes. You're gonna hear everything flipping up off the road. Let us know if you want me to do another video about everything we did to gut the car. There's still things that we could do. For example, we've got interior door cards, we've got a dash, but we also gutted out all of the sound deadening material like I mentioned, and a lot of unique stuff. So if you guys want to see that, let me know in the comments below. Thanks for joining, guys.